What's up, everybody? Oh, Lord. Whew, Lord. What's up, y'all? How y'all guys doing? Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to everybody. So, happy Tuesday for me because today was the last day of school. Hallelujah. I am officially on summer break, even though I'm going to be right back up at the building on Thursday and Friday taking care of some business I got to take care of, child. But I can sleep in, go do what I have to do, and leave. Okay? What's up, you guys? Hey, little baby. What's up, Zara? Hey, Lock Queen. Hey, Faye. Patty Duke. What's up, Tamara? What's up, Tamara? Hey, C Golden, Brandon. Abby, I was about to text you. Glad to see you. Hey, what's up, Star? Hey, Gina Bina. Creative Diva. What's up, my other star? Hey, Taurus. Hey, Tracy. Tracy, I saw you. Where did I see you, Tracy? You mod for somebody I was looking at. Who was it? I don't know if it's the same trade. I think it's you. I think it's the same trade. You mod for who was it I was looking at yesterday? Was it the ladies first panel? Jay Lee. Yeah, because it was the ladies first panel, so it was Jay Lee. Yeah. I said, there go my Tracy over here. Okay, I see you. So a couple of things, and then we're going to get into the main event. So first of all, let me get this out the way. I was watching, I've been watching a few of the legendary things, and I meant to tell you this when I talked to you earlier, Abby. Simone was on, did I see Chloe's appreciation post? No, I did not. I'm gonna have to go over there and check it out. I didn't see it. I did not. I don't know what it is. I don't see people's community walls like that. And I think that's why I didn't really used to use my community wall to the best of its ability, because I don't see other people's community walls like that. And so I don't automatically think about it, but I am going to use, I am going to use my community wall more. I'm definitely going to use my community wall more. Speaking of using my community wall more, I have a special announcement coming. Yeah, I can't make it yet. I can't make the announcement quite yet, but it is coming soon, within the next week. I was very excited. I got a phone call last night, and so I'm very excited. I can't speak on it yet, but you guys be waiting. Be on the lookout. Some good things coming this summer. But I was looking at Legendary. Bob and Monet Exchange's podcast, and they had Simone on there from the House of Teaching, and she explained one of the things that me and Abby were talking about. Well, I know I was saying, I think Abby was agreeing with me, is that I just feel like the battles this season on Legendary just were not as good as the battles on season 1. And we were talking about, how they would, climbing walls and flipping and dipping and coming off the stage, getting back on the stage, and just all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But I found out why. So because of COVID, they were not allowed to move. If you watched Legendary and you saw the battles and you saw how they all stayed, every time there was a battle, they stayed in that little circle. Well, that's why they stayed in that circle, because of COVID, they couldn't touch each other. They couldn't get in each other's faces. They couldn't get close to each other. And so that's why you did have the different battle than what it did change it. I think it changed it from last year. So I definitely that gave me some insight. I was like, okay, well, that makes sense why we didn't see the interactive battles that we once saw from season 1. So I thought that was really, really good. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all want to know some backstories on Legendary, I'm going to tell you what you need to go watch. I've been listening to it for the last couple of hours, honey. It's long. It's a long one. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with Miss Sophia. Miss Sophia she's a drag queen, and she go back, honey. She's been in the business a very long time. She's done pageants, she's done ballroom, she's done all of it. And she does a radio show on We Are Radio, or We Are Radio. And she interviews, it's a LGBTQIA streaming radio platform. and she interviews everybody. I mean, she interviews everybody. Well, today she had Stasha. You didn't hear Deshaun say it, but that's what they were told. Like that was one of the rules. That was one of the rules. Yeah, Deshaun didn't say it, but that's what I'm saying. You got to hear when they're telling you what was going on production wise, because no, Deshaun didn't say it, but it was what was going on backstage. And that was rules that they agreed to. And you notice if you see every single battle, that's what they did. Every single battle, they all stayed in their own little allotment. Yes, if you've ever watched the T.S. Madison show, you've probably seen Miss Sophia. Miss Sophia does the Supreme Court a lot with Maddie. Matter of fact, I met Miss Sophia when I went to see T.S. Madison up here when they came to Baltimore, and she was there, and I met her and everything. Hilarious. Yeah, Flame Monroe. So, and I meant to, O Street, bring me back to that Flame Monroe, because I meant to say something when I was doing my my review on Chasing LA when Fran tried to use Flame Monroe as their example. Oh no, you were asking because he said it every battle. Oh, he did say it. Oh. No, I didn't hear Deshaun say it. My bad. I ain't hear him say it. So okay, I learned something new. All right, I ain't hear him say it. Anyway, but today Miss Sophia had on her show Mother Shannon and Mother Stasha. And baby, if you talk about want to get the behind the scenes of what was what and who was who and what was going down onto the legend, and it wasn't bashing the show, it was just their observations and some of the things that happened. And the thing about when Miss Sophia streams, if you guys ever watch her interviews, she's doing her interview on the radio station, but she's streaming it on her YouTube channel, and so you get to hear all of the conversations that take place when they're on commercial break. And, you know, because it's a streaming service, the commercial breaks are kind of lengthy. I think the commercial breaks they're kind of lengthy. Baby, that's where the conversations was going down. Forget the interview. They was keeping the PC on the interview. You had to listen to the conversations they was having when they was on commercial. And again, they weren't bashing the show, but they were definitely giving some, you know, some behind the scenes on some things that went down. So you definitely got a different insight. They weren't bitter, you know, they weren't bitter. They understood that they were making a show. They understood that they were there to entertain. You know, Mother Shannon said that there was definitely some things that happened where she said she would have left the show. She said had it not been for her kids, there were times when she would have left the show because there were some things that happened that were disrespectful. And she wasn't here for the disrespect. Stasha said that there were some things that, you know, happened in reference to costuming and makeup that she wasn't happy with. So if you go to Miss Sophia's YouTube channel, just type in MISS SOPHIA. She has her own YouTube channel, so that's where I watch that. I don't know. I don't know where you can find We Are Radio. I think you can stream it on like, I don't know. Don't get me lying. I just watch her. I ain't gonna lie. I just watch her. Yeah. Flame Monroe does a daily YouTube. Flame Monroe has a YouTube as well, called Coffee Time, where she comes and talks and talks a lot, you know, every day. And only time she really misses days is when she's traveling or stuff like that. You know, she's a mom, a full-time mom / dad. So there are times but for the most part, she's there every day. But yeah, it was good. What's up, DC Kool-Aid? Mwah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, it definitely, like I said, they weren't bashing the show, but they were definitely talking about where they felt their limitations were this season and how they feel like, you know, it could improve. They were saying that they definitely feel like it'll be a season 3, that they do think it'll be a season 3. And And they talked about why they don't have a lot of people from ballroom there as judges. And when they brought it up, I said, you know what? That's actually a good, because I'm one of the people that wants more ballroom judges. But they said that it's hard to get people who are still in ballroom to come and judge because they would be biased. Because they're still in ballroom and they might be houses that they're aligned with. There may be houses that they have history with, and it could be a vendetta. It could sway their objectivity. And she said that for people who are no longer in ballroom, a lot of them don't want to come back because they really just don't want. They don't want to get involved. They was like, it's a lot of catty with ballroom. Mother Shannon said that she's been, even since the show has been on, it has spilled over and has caused problems for her in ballroom because they still walk balls. And she said that's the one thing she told her children was, listen, when this show is over, you got to go back to ballroom. So you need to mind your P's and Q's. You need to check the cattiness, check the attitude, check all of that, because at the end of the day, you got to go back to ballroom. And so they were talking about, and I said, you know what, I guess that makes sense too. So that's why you get the people who have a ballroom history like the Dominique Jacksons, but aren't really affiliated like they used to be, or the Amaya Scotts, who absolutely are legends, but they've moved on to other things, and it wouldn't necessarily be in that. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense when they said that. I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna get to the main event. But Abby, you remember better than I do. I had to go back now and look at the performance. That last performance that Tichi did before they got eliminated. Baby, the rumor was, now this is allegedly and unconfirmed, but the rumor was that performance was specifically a shot at Mother Shannon. That was the Victorian ball, and the female antagonist in the ball, in their performance, was supposed to be Mother Shannon, and it was a shot at Mother Shannon. I said, I said, oh boy. So yeah, honey, it was some things that went down. It was going down. It was some things. The one criticism that they had was that they felt like they did not give you enough backstory on everybody. She said, they said they sat for interviews for hours and hours and hours. They talked about ballroom, the history of ballroom, how it impacted them, everybody's story. And she said, of course, they picked the most salacious stories. They picked my story because I went to jail. They picked this person's story because their mama just died. They picked that person's story. So they didn't really, she said, we had so much footage of us telling our story and you just don't get it. And that's the one thing that they said that they were going to do more of this season, and they didn't. And so she said that's the one thing that really did upset her this season, was the fact that they really thought they were going to get more of their personal story out there. She said, but they are making a TV show. So they were very, again, it was fun. It was fun to see them together. It was fun to see the stories and stuff like that. Like I said, they didn't totally throw the show under the bus, but they definitely said that some things went down. They said that cussing out that Simone gave Law, they said even the leak footage ain't it. They said that went on for about an hour while they were all sitting backstage. That went on for about an hour. Baby. Anyway, moving on. I didn't mean to go that long on it, but it was good. Y'all go check it out. It was definitely good. Now, it seems as though the city of Atlanta is trying to bring Freaknik back. Now, listen, let me tell you something. For those of you who are my age group and a little bit older, and you went to Freaknik, there are some things that just cannot be duplicated. Like, it is some things that are so organic. It just can't. Freaknik was not about a concert. They're gonna have a concert in Atlanta this summer, and it looks like, I think Ray J, Lil Scrappy, and a few other people. It sounds like the Love and Hip Hop Freaknik. But anyway, listen. It was never about the concert. If you went to Freaknik, it was never about the concert. Listen, I went to Freaknik twice, and I ain't never come nowhere close to the concert. I couldn't even tell you who the hell was playing. The closest I came was one night we went to a club where Snoop was performing. And remind you, when I was there, that was when Snoop's debut album was out. So Snoop was a name. He was a headliner, but he won't Snoop, right? Listen, let me tell you. Y'all can call it Freaknik, but that don't make it Freaknik. Y'all can call it that. You can call it whatever you want. But I'm going to tell you what it's not. It won't be Freaknik. You cannot put that genie back in the bottle. You just can't do it. Yeah, you just can't do it. Especially not with Ray J. What? Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis? Who want to see Fred? Who wants to see Ray J? And Lil Scrappy. Lil Scrappy. Anyway, I just threw that out there. It was a couple of other stories but we'll get to that. Either I might do a separate video later on and bring it's a couple other stories, or but let's get to this, because this Chrissy Teigen thing is a lot. Okay, so let's get into this Chrissy Teigen situation. Let's jump into this Chrissy Teigen situation. So I'm sorry, I'm getting to the story. So if you guys have not been following the situation with Chrissy Teigen, okay, I'm not about to give you, I'm not going all the way back to the beginning of this. Okay, I'm not doing that. But what I am going to say is that Chrissy Teigen a few months ago announced that she was going to, what's up, El Teddy? That she was gonna, take a little bit of a hiatus off of social media, off of Twitter and the things that are like. She spoke about, just how nasty it is and how she just need a mental break, yada, yada, yada. She also let everybody know that, I think within like the last year, that she stopped drinking, that, her drinking was getting out of hand and she had stopped drinking. We know that she also had the stillbirth. The baby was not born stillborn. The baby was born, and then the doctors couldn't save the baby. They knew the baby had some health issues. So she's had a lot on top of COVID, everything else. Well, it came out. Y'all know, nothing gets erased on the internet. It doesn't go anywhere. So it came out that Chrissy Teigen, which we know Chrissy Teigen for trolling Donald Trump and going back and forth with Republicans and, things like that. And when it was people we didn't like, we were like, yes, go girl, you get them together. Well, a couple of weeks ago, some old tweets of her surfaced where she was trolling young girls, telling them about go take a dirt bath and some other little odds and ends, but some really nasty tweets to some people. And I think one of the girls at the time was like young. I don't have the exact age, but I want to say definitely under 18. She was definitely younger than 18. Chrissy Teigen was a model She's married to John Legend now, and she does like a lot of like hosting stuff and guest starring on stuff. She's on what's the lip sync battle show with LL Cool J and stuff like that. But yeah, Dirt Nap 16, that's it. Yeah. So as a result, of course, she got back off of social media, and she had been very quiet until I think last week she made an apology, and this week today actually she made another apology that was just longer. I mean, I think she felt like maybe if she said more, people would be more open to accepting it. Now, I ain't here. Y'all notice I didn't say nothing about that Chrissy Teigen stuff. It's been going on for weeks. I ain't said nothing about it. Not that I don't care, but just, listen, it's one of those situations where we can't pick and choose when we're okay with trolls. Like, we were cool when Chrissy Teigen was trolling Donald Trump. But now that she was trolling somebody that we like, and I'm not making no excuses because the girl was 16 and there's no excuse for that. But again, it was one girl and her last name was Stodden, who was at the time married to the 50-year-old actor who played Percy in The Green Mile. Is that her? She was 16? Oh, she had the other apology because now she wants to come back to social media. So here's the thing. Okay, let me say my piece on Chrissy Teigen, and then I'm gonna move on to the Michael Costello situation. My thing about this is, like I said, we can't pick and choose when we're okay with trolls. The social media has made internet gangsters and keyboard gangsters out of a lot of people. A lot of people say a lot of vile and hurtful things because they can hide behind a computer and an IP address. We see it happen all the time to celebrities. We see they have a whole segment on Jimmy Fallon where they have celebrities read the mean tweets. And when you hear them say the things that are being said to them, oh my gosh, it is some of the most vile stuff. And again, we can't pick and choose when we're okay with it. We can't say, oh, well, it was just that, oh, well, she was just trolling Mitch McConnell, so it's all right. As much as you may like or dislike Mitch McConnell, now that we found out that she was using that same language at other people, now we mad? Well, I mean, and I'm not making no excuses for her. I think it's wrong and it was vile, But again, I just find it interesting that these old tweets resurfaced. You know what I'm saying? Christie's Twitter fingers were cheered on. She was known for her foul tweets, and people made excuses saying that a woman have a voice. Right. And again, it was also about who she was tweeting. Because, I mean, I keep saying Donald Trump as an excuse, but it was other people like, anybody that I would say was on the other side of the aisle. People who weren't, we made excuses. Hey, Cams. Hey, Miss Queenie. Hey, O Street. What's up, boo? And she recently left the old man, and now people are mad at what Chrissy said to her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There is such thing as punching down. Mm-hmm. Sounds like she needs to find something else to do with herself or a child. You would think. So, again, I'm making no excuses for her. I'm not saying that no, she was wrong, and the stuff she said was wrong, was vile. So I think a lot of people are starting to look at things that she said in a different light, in light of the fact that she said some of those things to people that now we're finding out she said some of those things to people that we kind of like, or that we don't really have a problem with, or, well, she was only 16, that kind of thing. So into the room walks Michael Costello. Now, if you don't know who Michael Costello is, Michael Costello was on Project Runway. He did he actually win, Abby? If we can forgive, I'm not talking about forgiveness. Born Earth. How you doing, Born Earth? I'm not judging one way or the other if saying forgive or not forgive. I'm not getting into none of that. Because I personally don't have an issue. I don't like or dislike Chrissy Teigen. You know what I mean? So I'm not judging. I'm not even saying what we should or shouldn't do, or whether we should forgive her or not. Forgiveness, that's up to you. Whether you cool with her and you want to follow her on Twitter and all that, that's a personal thing. I ain't never tell, he didn't win. Okay, but I know he was and I know he came back for an all-star season, and he actually did very well after that. I mean, he's dressed everybody from Beyonce, on down. Well, let me read y'all. I wanna give it to y'all. I'm gonna give it to y'all. So And mind you, this has been going on all day because I got some stuff about Mr. Costello himself. So Michael Costello, I'm reading from Access Hollywood. Access Online, excuse me. Michael Costello said he's still waiting for an apology from Chrissy Teigen after he claimed that she bullied him and played a part in hurting his career in the fashion industry. I want to be clear. I do not wish ill on anyone. We are all works in progress, and we deserve the opportunity to prove that we can do better. But progress takes time. We must show through our actions that we have changed. After all, actions speak louder than words. See, I just added that without reading what it said. That ain't what it said. Action speaks louder than 10-minute apology written on a notepad. Nothing takes away from the years of trauma. Being bullied and blacklisted in the industry has left me. I am not out for revenge. I only wish to speak my truth because I have been silenced for so long. I'm still waiting for Chrissy Teigen and anyone else who bullied me to reach out. If they truly acknowledge that their actions were wrong, I welcome them with open arms to have a real conversation. This is what he says that she did to him. He says the bullying began when Teigen publicly commented on his Instagram in which she allegedly accused him of being a racist. She apparently formed her opinion of me based on a photoshopped comment floating around the internet, which has now been proven to be false. When I reached out to Chrissy to communicate that I was the victim of a vindictive cyber slander, that everything she thought I was is not who I am, she told me that my career was over and that all doors would be shut to me from now on. In an alleged screenshot of the conversation between them, Michael shared on Instagram, Access Hollywood has not independently verified. Teigen commented, which contained the word, Costello argued that Teigen, the internet comment, which contained the N-word, was fabricated by a former disgruntled employee. Her alleged reply to him was, racist people like you deserve to suffer and die. You might as well be dead. Your career is over. Just watch. He additionally claimed that Teigen's take on the situation negatively impacted his work opportunities. Throughout the next few years, I would book jobs only to be pulled off at the last minute with no explanation. He'd regularly get texts and calls from mutual friends and colleagues claiming that Teigen had threatened not to work with the people and the brands if they were in any way, shape, or form associated with me. Of course, they reached out to Teigen for response, and she didn't respond. So many nights I stayed awake writing, wanting to kill myself, he wrote. I didn't see the point of living. There was no way I could ever escape from being the target of the powerful elites in Hollywood who actually do have power to close doors with a single text. I'm sorry, because I don't want to read this whole thing. I want to... As a result of what Chrissy Teigen did to me in 2014, I am not okay. I may never be okay, but today I'm choosing to speak my truth. Now, this is part of what Chrissy Teigen said in her. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read part of what she said. Not a day, not a single moment has passed where I haven't felt the crushing weight of regret for the things I've said in the past. As you know, a bunch of my old awful tweets, she did write awful 3 times, tweets resurfaced, and I'm truly ashamed of them. As I look at them and understand the hurt they caused, I have to stop and wonder, how could I have done that? I've apologized publicly to one person, she added, referencing Stodden, but there are others, and more than just a few, who I need to say I'm sorry to. I'm in the process of privately reaching out to the people I insulted. I wonder if she's going to call Trump. I'm just wondering. She ended her caption by referencing her ongoing reckoning, writing, love you all to bits. I really do. Even if you hate me, I can honestly say I do not hate you. I send you love. How annoying is that? You must be so annoyed. Anywho, love you, love you, love you, love you. Here's to the me's in progress. So let me say this, because I got more. Oh, we're not done. Let me say this, and then we're going to get to the next part of this. I remember when that statement was floating around about Michael Costello, where he was accused of someone he worked with calling her the N-word. I honestly didn't know it had ever come out that it was a hoax, because that's about how long my attention spans last. I didn't realize that. Cam said, does Chrissy Teigen have that much pull? Well, remember, Chrissy Teigen was a supermodel at one time. So could she get on the phone with certain designers and certain people? And yeah, at one point she probably could, because she was a pretty, there's more. But she was a pretty, big model at one time. And she's now married to John Legend, who adds a little bit of oomph behind that. Do I think she had the pull that he's trying to say she had? I don't think that him being blacklisted is all because of Chrissy Teigen. And again, my reasoning is going to get to the next part of this. Was Michael Costello blacklisted? Yeah, he was. Was it all because of Chrissy Teigen? No. And was it all because of a false tweet? No. Michael Costello put models in actual blackface and then cussed out everyone who was offended. He closed his own doors with his behavior. Well, let's get to some things about Michael Costello. Costello, whatever. Let's get to him. So, in response to that, earlier today, hold on, I gotta listen. This thing been going on all day, so I'm trying to find the right one I'm looking for. Here it is, right here. In response to that, a former, nope, this isn't the right one. Daggone it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find the right one. That's not it. Okay, hold on. Because there are two more stories. Let me get to it. I'm sorry, y'all. I normally be screenshotting this stuff, but it was too much. It was too much to screenshot today. I was like, oh, I'll just go back to it. Okay, here we go. Now, here we go. Shortly after he posted that whole long soliloquy and everything, Michael Costello was called out by a black designer after he blasted Chrissy Teigen for bullying him. According to this black designer, he called me a black nigga bitch. Now, that don't have nothing to do with a false tweet, sir. Let's hear her story. As previously reported, designer Maxie J shared a message in her stories and recalled an encounter she had with Michael Costello in a fabric store. She said she beat him up and almost went to jail after he allegedly called her the N-word. Now, the story I read earlier, because I can't find the one I read earlier, but the story I read earlier, she said, listen, I was wrong for putting my hands on him, but that was the first time that I had ever felt that race, I had ever been hit with that kind of racism. And my first instinct was to fight. Now, this is the second time somebody done accused you of using the N-word. Now, you claim the first time it was fake, and it was a fake tweet, and it was proven to be fake. But she ain't lying. Well, I can say she's not lying, but I'm just saying she said that you call her, I ain't gonna say it again, but That's what she said. You call her. Now, right before I came on here, somebody else. Leona Lewis. Y'all know the singer Leona Lewis? Beautiful, beautiful singer. Leona Lewis says designer Michael Costello, I keep saying Costello, humiliated her at a charity event because I wasn't a model size. I wasn't allowed to walk in his dress. Leona says Michael was supposed to dress her for a charity fashion show, but refused to after the dress to fit her because of her size. I think they meant refused to dress her because of her size. She says she felt humiliated. As previously reported, designer Maxi J shared a message in her stories and recalled an alleged encounter she had with him in a fabric store. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not saying that this exonerates Chrissy Teigen in any way, shape, or form. Let's be clear. What I'm saying is, Michael, she might not be the only reason why, sir, that you were blacklisted and why you have been labeled a racist. Because here's the thing. We know, just like anything else, people may not publicly say anything, but people do talk. I heard some comments that Michael Costello made to people after he dressed Beyonce, and his head was just so big that basically he was just like, you're not on my level anymore. Like, I've dressed Beyonce, you're not on my level. So I've heard those things about him, that he's very hard to work with and very arrogant, right? I don't know that to be true, but all I'm saying is, if these are all the things that people are hearing and things that are floating around about people, y'all know what I'm saying? When I ain't gonna say where there's smoke, there's fire, but you know what I'm saying. And when you're in certain circles, and you're in the fashion circle, when you're in Hollywood, when you're in, like, that's the kind of stuff that people may not necessarily say it publicly and go to the blogs with, but they will definitely get on the phone. They will definitely send out text. Okay, so when he was saying that Teigen would make these phone calls and would send out these tweets, my question is, do you know for a fact it was Teigen, or do you just know that somebody called? You're assuming it was her because maybe she's the only person that was so nasty to your face. But maybe it was Leona Lewis people. Maybe. And here's the thing. If you did it to Leona Lewis, which, allegedly, but if you did it to her, you did it to other people. So maybe the problems you've been having these last few years. What's up, Juggernaut of Souls? Mwah, how you doing? But maybe the people blacklisted you because of all the things that's being said behind your back from other people. That's all I'm saying. Because somebody was like, I didn't know Chrissy Teigen had that much pull. And the reality is she might not. She may not. And it may not have come from Chrissy Teigen. Leona ain't lying. I mean, she don't have no reason to listen. Leona was over there minding her good British business. Wasn't nobody thinking about her. So the reality is she may or may not. Like, she ain't had no reason to come. It's like it came out of nowhere. I think that Christy was an easy target for him to blame because she publicly shamed him for his racism. And this is a convenient time because she's being railroaded already. I feel like that too. I don't know about the railroaded part because I don't think she's being railroaded. I think she did what she did and she just paying the piper. But I agree that she's the easy scapegoat because he has a history with her. But all I'm saying is, all your enemies don't come to you, don't show up at your front door. So the reality is, were people making phone calls? Probably. Were people threatening to say, listen, if you work with him, you won't work with me? Sure. But what proof does he have that it was Teigen? You see what I'm saying? Oh, Leona wants to do assembly, love and mind her business. Now, John definitely does. And I'm not saying she doesn't have any pull. I mean, Like I said, she's definitely a name in fashion circles. She was a model for a long time, and she definitely has a name in fashion circles. So I'm not saying she did or she didn't. All I'm saying is I'm wondering if he's making an assumption or if he knows it to be a fact. That's all I'm saying. I don't like the dog piling. Don't put your career stalling on her when it could be attributed to his own behavior. Right. Because like I said, I've heard some not so nice things about. I've heard that comment about the fat shaming before. Well, I ain't gonna say fat shaming, but I've heard that comment before, and not even to Leona Lewis. I've heard that he's made that comment to people before about their size. I've heard that before. So that's all I'm saying. Like, Michael, you can sit here but let's be clear, sir, you can't put all that on Chrissy Teigen. That's all I'm saying. And again, these are two separate things. Is Chrissy Teigen wrong and a troll? And yes, that's it. That's it. That's all. No defense to it. That's it. That's all. She wrong. Period. Put a period at the end of that. Whoop, wrong. But on the flip side, flipping it over, Michael, you can't put all that on that woman. You can't put all that on that woman. Leona was never even considered plus size. Right. I ain't never thought that she was no damn plus size. So if you out here, that's why I took it back and I said I ain't saying fat shaming. That's why I took it back. Because I wouldn't even call that fat shaming. Because there's no parts of Leona Lewis as fat. Maybe her fro, she with that nice, pretty, her natural curly hair. I mean, that's the biggest thing on her. It's her hair. So, again, most people say something when they need to. Like in this situation, I feel like if Michael Costello had never said anything about Chrissy Teigen, I feel like Leona Lewis would have never said anything about what he did to her. But the fact that he's trying to lay the failure of his career on her, I agree. I just think it's convenient. Yes, multiple things can be true. Christy can be trashed for her past behavior, and Michael can be. Exactly. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not excusing nobody's behavior. Because, again, I've heard things about Michael as well. Yeah, Leona is not a big. She ain't no. Listen, it's nothing about Leona Lewis as a big girl. Nothing. Like I said, the biggest thing on her is her hair. Okay. Michael was trying to escape from accountability and Leona drive. Right. And my thing is, and let's be clear, sir, nobody asked for you. Nobody asked for your opinion. Nobody asked how you felt. Nobody asked what you thought. You inserted yourself in this situation that didn't have nothing to do with you. Chrissy Teigen dealing with what Chrissy Teigen is dealing with, that don't have nothing to do with you. Now, you might say, well, it's just a further explanation of how much of a troll she is and how much of a not so nice person she is. We got that. We got it. We got it. We know. And then, we know. Leona said, I had time today. Okay. I don't even know what you're talking about, Ebby. I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. No, he ain't been out here being nasty when he was a whole crybaby on Child. Let's not even go back to him on Project Runway. Wasn't he still living with his mama when he went on Project Runway? And I ain't, dogging nobody out that live at home. I'm just saying, isn't that where he was when he went on Project Runway? Won't he with his mama? That's all I'm saying. If you have time later today, you should read recent essay because it relates so much to this situation. Okay. I'll look it up. I got time because I'm on what? I'm on summer break. I got time today. Okay, I'm sorry. He was putting his career style on Chrissy, just put the spotlight back on him. Right. Like, Sir, you should have just kept that to yourself, child. You should have just kept it to yourself. Yeah. Listen, Cams, I'm not doing that. Because I was getting ready to say chimichanga zogi, and I know that's not right, and I'm not gonna do that to that person's name. I'm not gonna be disrespectful like that. I know who it is. Listen, phonics was never my strong suit. I will fuck up a name. Y'all know it. Y'all know I be messing people's names up. Can you do another Housewife and the Hustler live? I wasn't ready. Girl, oh my goodness. Child. That daggone. What would happen? What we congratulating? Hold on, I missed something. What we congratulating? What we congratulating? I missed it. Whoever put something in the chat for us to congratulate, put it again. I missed it. I didn't see it. I see. I'm happy for you. Oh, y'all talking to me because it's the end of the school. I thought somebody had said something in the chat. You talking about me? No, I'm on summer break. Chimananda. Okay, Chimananda. Okay. Chimananda. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. Yes, child. Listen, this has been the longest and hardest school year of my life. Outside of my first year teaching. Whew. This thing has been a doozy, honey. It has been a whole doozy. Okay. Have I been drinking? No, I should have been. I said I was gonna get me a drink as soon as I got home, but I didn't. I was gonna pick up a beer on my way home because I had some crabs. And I normally like to drink beer when I have crabs, but I didn't even do that. I didn't even do that. I just picked up a soda. You see, I'm drinking this soda. I just picked up a soda, child. Hey, what's up, Mimi? Hey, what's up, mother cats? So yeah, so that's pretty much that. What was the other thing I was going to talk to y'all about? It's not a real long story. It's a short story. I don't remember. It was something else. It really ain't been a whole lot going on, y'all. But it was something else. What was it? I don't remember. Hey, what's up, Natalia? What's up, Auntie? It was a doozy for all of us. I'm glad you made it. Child. Listen, and then one of my students had a nerve to say, I said, well, next year when y'all are in the building, make sure y'all come by and say hi to me. Child, then they had a nerve to say, we're going to be in the building next year. I said, yes, unless something happened over the summer, baby, we are back to business as usual in the fall. School is open. Shoot, the governor of Maryland just made the announcement that as of July 1st, he is canceling all COVID restrictions. Restaurants will be back open to full capacity. Concerts, movie theaters. Baby, if you think they're going to do all that and they ain't going to make y'all go back to school, baby, I got another thing to tell you. You know what, Tracy? I was going to talk about that later on, but yes, right before I came live, I got the alert on my phone. The Senate just passed the bill to declare Juneteenth a national holiday. Now, this year, Juneteenth falls on a Saturday. It'll be this Saturday. We're gonna talk about Juneteenth before we get to Saturday. We're gonna talk about it, what it is, why we celebrate it, why is it important to celebrate it, and all that good stuff. We're gonna talk about it. But yes. Your daughter survived kindergarten with an IEP. Well, listen, bless her. Yeah, Governor Hogan. Mm-hmm. That's our governor. Well, that's their governor. I'm still registered in D.C., so that's another conversation for another day. Anyway, me ask y'all this, and I know we don't care, so we're not about to spend a whole lot of time on this. Do y'all think this is just a publicity stunt for J-Lo and Ben Affleck? Y'all think they really back together, or y'all think it's all publicity? What y'all think? I mean, I don't really care a whole lot, but I'm just wondering what y'all think. Because, now we got footage of them kissing and all that other stuff. Like, is it real? What we doing? Watch the Bill Pickett Rodeo on Juneteenth. I've been to the Bill Pickett Rodeo. It travels. The Black Rodeo, I've been. We took the Girl Scouts one year. You're going to pull up and see your DC people? Yeah, come on through DC, man. They back together. She's a mess. I mean, is it true, though? I mean, is it real or is it just publicity? I don't know. Usually, she like to play Ring Around the Spouse's Child. Think it's just a rebound. Cece said, yeah, I don't care. Oh, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because let's be clear, I don't care a whole lot either. Let's talk a little bit about Cartel Crew before we get out of here for today, honey. So listen, Cartel Crew. So we're on season 3. We're on episode 2. So we caught up with Nicole last night. Y'all, if Nicole get one more surgery, her lips are so... Moving on. She's had a rough year. On top of COVID, she had a miscarriage. She was in an abusive relationship and her grandfather died. So she's been through a lot. And she said she was in a deep depression. And that, in high school, she dealt with depression. So she's been there before. She knows what it is. And, Marie was like, girl, you need to talk to somebody. You need to do what you got to do to get out of that. You need to get out of that depression, ma'am. You need to get out of that depression. Nicole's brother is on the show. I don't think Los came back. I don't think Los is back on the show. Remember last season, things got really bad with Los with his drinking and stuff like that. So I don't think he's back on the show because I ain't seen or heard nothing about him. So that's what we got with that. Now, Michael done let Magic put a battery in his back about getting a prenup from Marie. Now, let me say this. From a business perspective, he has a point. Michael does need to put some things in place that's going to protect the business because that's his business partner. And he's not wrong for saying, listen, I need you to make sure. What's up, Soap and Wash? Mwah. Magic is a cutie. Magic is a cutie. I think Eddie's a cutie. I don't like his personality, but I think he's a cutie. I don't disagree with him saying you need to put some things in place to protect the business. Now, as far as his personal finances and all of that, that ain't really Magic's concern. But the business, yes, Michael needs to put some things in place. But I don't think he needs to necessarily do a prenup to do that. I think they can do something between the two of them about the business and who, if there's a divorce or if somebody dies, what happens to the business and that kind of thing. Like, I don't know. But he put that whole battery on Michael's back, honey. And Michael told Marie he wanted that prenup. Why he embarrassed that girl asking for a prenup at the meeting with the wedding consultants, aka Nicole's brother? What they do that for? Lord, it's the 2000s all over again. Child, just don't bring back the lowriders. Hell, she still got the abs for it, honey. She still got the abs for them lowriders. But yeah, y'all, I'm like, why he ain't had to embarrass that girl like that? He ain't had to embarrass that girl like that. Eddie wanted his girlfriend to meet Kat. By the way, both of their names is Kat. Michael is wrong. It's two left shoes. How you gonna own half of Marie's business but won't give her 1% of his? Then he want a prenup? No God. Well, I'm getting to that. So see, I lost my train of thought. So Eddie and his two cats meet up. Now I'm gonna say, hey, what's up? You told me how to pronounce your name before. Moya. I think I said that wrong. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. But welcome, boo. Welcome. I know you said you finally made it to live. I know it's been a while. I'm glad you can make it. This is what I love. This is where you cuss Michael out. Oh, I did say it right. Look at me. Hey. So this is what I'm saying about the Cat Eddie situation. So listen. Your birthday's on Juneteenth? Well, hallelujah. So your birthday is becoming a national holiday. I know that's right. My birthday is almost a national holiday. My birthday actually should be a national holiday because my birthday is July 2nd. That's the day that the Declaration of Independence was actually signed. It wasn't ratified till July the 4th. But that's neither here nor there. It's close enough to a holiday. Excuse me. What I can appreciate about Kat was that Kat was like, listen, my son likes you. He says you treat him nice, and I can respect that, and I'm good. Eddie tried to turn that into a whole situationship. And, you know, basically, I feel like he was trying to pick at them. But that was what that was. I ain't entertaining that too much, child. Then we get to the bridesmaid situation. And I know that's right, Tracy. Prenups protect everyone. How many people end up making more than they came in with and wishing they had one? True. Come with the historical facts to you, Mr. Classic Child. I be telling people that all the time because ever since I found that out, I was like, my birthday is the holiday. Okay. So let's start with Diana and Stephanie first. Who is Samantha? Samantha is doing Stephanie too. You mean Stephanie? Who is Samantha? Stephanie confronts Diana about still being friends with. Okay, yeah. Stephanie always does too much. She confronts him about doing about Diana still being friends with Eddie and hanging out with Eddie. And she was just like, you know, basically, you know, when they broke up, we pledged our loyalty to Kat. And you're showing that you're disloyal by still hanging out with Eddie. And Diana was like, listen, I am neutral in that situation. When I have an event, I invite all of y'all. He the one that shows up. So don't get mad at me because he's the one that actually shows up and the rest of y'all don't, because it is what it is. And I was like, Cartel Crew, child. Cartel Crew. She always does too much. And I was here for Diana getting Stephanie together because I do feel like it was a bit much. Again, they were all friends, and they were all friends for a long time. And yes, Kat and Eddie broke up, but at the end of the day, if that's your friend, that's your friend. Like, she's friends with both of them. And I know that a lot of times people do pick a side, and a lot of times people feel like they have to pick a side. But if you choose not to pick a side, it's okay for you to say, listen, I'm still cool with both of them, and I don't have to pick a side. I don't have to be friends with one or the other over the other, right? Oh, Lord. And Kat, y'all know Kat, listen, for Kat to be the most successful one out of the group as far as her own business and the tattooing and stuff like that, she is the most indecisive, don't know how to put her foot down. I'm like, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere and put your foot down, because that was like last season with Stephanie getting all in her business with Eddie. Like, that's not your business, ma'am. You were in the middle of something that don't have nothing to do with you. It's not your business. So then later on, Marie tells them that Michael wants a prenup. And Marie was like, listen, when me and Michael was first together, we was living in an efficiency, and I was working 2 jobs while I was pregnant, while he was trying to get his company off the ground, while he was trying to get Pure Blanco off the ground. And she owns no percent of his company, but he owns 50% of her companies. Now, I feel like, what's up, Fresh Press Juice? Now, I feel like he owns 50% of her companies because he probably gave her the startup money and the seed money for her businesses. I do feel like she should have a stake in his business, because if you go back to the first season of Cartel Crew, she was out there, because when season 1 of Cartel Crew, he was selling t-shirts. Okay, he was selling t-shirts with his mama face on it that nobody wanted. Okay, and I didn't go to the water park, Fresh Press Juice. I wasn't there. That was Spiller Boy and Chat. I wasn't there, but they had fun. I talked to James today. They had a good time. They had a good time. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, and see, so that's how I feel about prenups. The way I feel about a prenup is, Marie, what you need to do is put your big girl panties on. Michael, you want a prenup? Okay, let's do a prenup. You need to put your big girl panties on. You need to go get you a lawyer, and you need to put on the table what you want. You got these businesses that you want to protect, that you think going to be successful. Put some language in there about protecting your business. If you feel like you want a stake in Pure Blanco, now it's time to put that. Listen, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Prenups are not about one person having all of the power. The reality is the person who comes to the table with the most to lose does have more leverage. But at the end of the day, Michael loves you and he wants to get married. Now is the time. Now is the time to say, well, I tell you what, Michael, I've been begging all these years to get a piece of the pie of Pure Blanco. Now is the time. You want a prenup? Sure. We can do a prenup right after you give me a 5% stake or 2% or however much it is. You own 50% of my business. I know I can't own 50% of yours because you got a business partner, but I tell you what, I want a percentage of the profits. Like, that is what she needs to do. Girl, put your big girl panties on and go get you a lawyer. And you sue. I mean, not counter sue. I'm sorry. You counteract. That's what you need to do. I'm not saying that Michael is right or Michael is wrong. Like, I ain't even going to get into all of that. Michael being right or Michael being wrong situation. But, girl, he ain't signing no prenup. He can though. I ain't signing no Fresh Press. What you say? I ain't signing no, I think you mean prenup. He can though. I think she was doing some webcam stuff because they were so broke. She was. Yeah, that came out in the first season. That came out that she was doing that. She was doing webcamming. Mm-hmm. Oh, you meant to say re-up? Okay, my bad. Okay. Yes, you can do post-nups. But let me tell you something. If you married me and we didn't have a prenup and you rich and I'm not doing no post-nup. You missed your chance. I'm not signing shit. Renup. I don't know what a renup is. Fresh Press Juice. What's a renup? I don't know what a renup is. So, but yeah, it's a good show though. It's a good show. Lord Monk Chip. Ooh, right. You ain't getting no posting up out of me. If you ain't get it, listen, if we didn't sign that paperwork before we walked down the aisle, no ma'am. No ma'am. No. Better handle your, listen, I don't have no problem with prenups. I just don't. I just don't. I don't have a problem with them. But I also feel like we're no longer in a place where prenups are all 100% in the favor of the person that has the most money. Like, you definitely can negotiate. You definitely can negotiate. You definitely need to bring your lawyer to the table and have the conversation. But the reality is, if I'm marrying a man who's a millionaire before I meet him, I ain't mad at him for saying, listen, I want to protect what I have. I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad about it at all. Hey, love of my peace. Exactly, auntie. Exactly. With a prenup, as long as I'm paid for my suffering, where do I sign? Listen. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember Star Jones prenup with Al Reynolds. He got a certain amount of money for every year they stayed married. And after, I want to say it was 10 years, if they stayed married for 10 years, the prenup was nullified. Like, there are all different ways you can set up a prenup. Right. Ashley Darby, she got a nice prenup. Like, I'm telling y'all, there are different ways to do this situation, honey, where you don't get shafted. Like, gone are the days where a prenup just means, now, if you choose to sign that kind of a prenup, that's on you, but you don't have to, is all I'm saying. It don't have to be those types of things no more. Okay, you sound like Erica Jane now talking about some a gift. That's what Erica Jane tried to say. She got a gift, child. Yep, representation is key, child. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. What's this? Oh, that's cute. I'm sorry. All right, you guys. Make sure y'all head on over to the Avon store and get you some stuff. We have 65 people in the room. Please make sure that you are commenting, and hopefully subscribing to the channel, honey. And y'all check out over there on Avon. There's plenty of things to pick up. Thank you. I think I got like 3 orders yesterday. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. I told you guys I have a goal I'm trying to get to this month. I'm not sure if I hit my goal yet because I have to wait until those orders process. So I see if I hit my goal, but I may have hit my goal for June. And that would be great if I already hit my goal for June on June the 15th. That would be great. But please, that don't mean you can stop buying the Skin So Soft and stuff, girl. We got some good stuff over there. But anyway, thank y'all for coming through. I'm gonna catch up with y'all later. And I'm trying to chase down this story. I think I saw something on TikTok, but I think they got it wrong. But I'm gonna double check myself before but if I get that information, I'll be back. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for coming through. Peace.